So one thing I absolutely love about this movie is that it is impossible to put it into just one genre.
Yeah.
But I know sometimes that it can mean it's, a challenge to wrap your head around it at the beginning when you only have a script and a script alone. So when you first signed on, what were some of your biggest burning questions for Jack, just in terms of figuring out what he wanted this to look and feel like?
Quite honestly, I'm very directors driven, and I really trust and subscribe to my director's vision. And someone like Jacques Audiard, I mean, he's a maestro. So when I read the script, which was basically in the bones, I mean, the script was basically like a general guideline of what we were, potentially going to do. So it kept evolving and changing constantly until the very end. So I thought that it would be kind of like a waste of energy trying to anticipate what the movie was going to be. I just wanted to be on the journey and discover it along with him and the amazing actresses that I had the privilege to work with. So, especially my character, without revealing too much,
fair enough,
is an extreme happening. It's like it's kind of like a catalyst. So there was not much to be. I think that in the way I thought that I should approach this character was just to be very present and be almost like a contact sport, like be there, ready to play with all the different elements that that were being thrown at us.
Acting and collaborating should always be.
Yeah.
I have many, many follow-up questions based on how you just described the process. I'm curious to ask you this one. I was just talking to another actor who explained to me one of the greatest joys is starting a new project, feeling like you're on unstable ground, but then having that moment where you have just found your character.
Yeah.
Did you have that here? And if so, with what scene?
I did. And definitely, and I've said this before, I definitely found my character in Selena's eyes. I think that her throw, her abandon, her courage. I mean, she's a very, very courageous actress. She's very raw, very present. She doesn't pull back. She goes completely in, and that was that's where I found it was in that space that we were able to create the chemistry that we had is what allowed me to really connect and find my character. The final scene of the movie was actually, ironically, the first scene that we ever shot together. So it was almost like, hi, nice to meet you. Boom, let's jump together off that cliff. And the fact that we were able to do it so quickly and so fluidly, like so organically, it was an amazing, amazing joy.
Filming out of sequence will always fascinate me.
Absolutely.
And I know most films do it that way.
I think that Selena and I met 3 days before. We had dinner all together and then, hi, nice to meet you. And then that was our first scene. But we felt that, so we were very lucky to be able to have that instant chemistry and especially that instant trust. So very quickly, we became each other's safety net for the intensity of those scenes. And then it was magical.
That particular one is a lot. You need someone like that by your side. I'll add a little more to your collaboration with her because obviously she's accomplished so much. The whole world knows how incredibly talented she is. So I imagine you going into working with her with some expectations. Mm-hmm. Can you tell me a little bit about how maybe she exceeded those expectations?
No, absolutely. I mean, the things that I mean, she's a consumed artist, and again, she's so courageous. She reminds me of those amazing actresses from the 70s, on both sides of the Atlantic, from the American golden era, of cinema in the 70s, like that kind of like openness and ability to be really present and really invested and not, as I said before, not saving anything, just like putting everything on the grill, so to speak. And that is fascinating and delicious. It's amazing to very sensorial. I mean, we had that luck, and I'm very grateful for that.
Ugh, you're the two of you together, and like her individually. I mean, really, this entire ensemble. It's no wonder everyone's like racking up all the accolades because they are very well deserved. Yeah. And I will speak into existence that there are many more on the way, and I can't wait to celebrate them. So I love forcing collaborators to give each other flowers. So you could use Selena as an example or somebody else in the film. But can you recall a time on set when you saw someone either in the cast or maybe behind the scenes do something and it made you go like, my God, that's incredible. And I'm so proud of you right now.
I mean, I remember that one day I came in for some makeup tests and Zoe was doing one of her numbers. And I think it was El Mal. I think it was that when I saw that, she is a blade. I mean, her body becomes a knife. It's a blade. It's the sharpest blade. It's like the way they say action and I hadn't seen the choreography. I mean, because I was never I was not supposed to be part of any musical number. And then I ended up being part of Mi Camino, which was a beautiful, very pleasant surprise that also sprang from the chemistry that we luckily developed. And then Jacques saw it and then decided to, okay, Édgar, in 2 weeks, you are rehearsing to start, to do the musical number with Selena. But when I saw Zoe doing that, I said, oh my God, I'm so lucky to be part of this project. Like that really, and Zoe and I have been friends for a long time, and to see my friend being able to flex every artistic muscle, singing, acting, and dancing, like going back to her roots as a dancer in such a magnificent way. It was incredible to be behind the monitor next to Jacques and seeing that. It was a real beauty, because again, it's like she was like caught in the air. She was really like a blade, and that made me very proud.
What a beautiful way to describe it. I can't say this enough. Congratulations on this movie. I'm just utterly obsessed with it. And I love when I can't put into words quite what a film is. That means it's extra special, one of a kind. And that's what you have here.
Thank you so much. That's what art is supposed to do, right?
That's why I sit in this chair.
To leave us speechless.
Yes. I need more of that in my life. So thank you for giving me some.
Thank you so much.